And we're back. Howdy, folks.
Another Tuesday.
Already got a full house here. Warren, Akiraso, Jody, Drone Shots, Chuck Kovacsson, Possum, and that random tech guy, whoever he is. Yeah, let's rounds it up for now. Howdy, fellas.
Hola. Welcome.
What's happening? All sorts of wild shit is happening. Did you see where we're going to have flying vacuum cleaners now?
Yeah.
And for those that didn't pay attention to that tidbit, so now that DJI released their robotic vacuum company, and China decided they're going to start building drones. So pretty soon we're not flying drones, we're flying our vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, the robot vacuum tech is good. I mean, I got a message today in the middle of the day. It said your robot cannot finish because it's caught somewhere. So I sent a message. I'm at work, and I said, clean the kitchen in the living room. And about an hour later, I got a response saying mission accomplished, and it's charging. And I've got a Roomba that is probably 5 to 6 years old. And it basically picks up dust and then you have to buy filters and new brushes, and then you have to clean off the contacts all the time. You have to mess around with the house. I mean, there's a lot of crap you got to do, but I don't care how much you sell a freaking new robot vacuum for. They ain't worth more than about $300, no matter what you get. Just get one that has the built-in vacuum sucker, so it can get all the little dirt out of your tiny little vacuum bag. But no, waste of money, huge waste, and sucky idea. So DJI,
we have one that's not quite as fancy as yours. That just for downstairs, we've got all vinyl plank flooring downstairs.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That thing is getting to work at every day. That thing around for about 2 hours down there.
What brand is it? You know, it doesn't really matter the brand. They all map. They map.
It's white.
What is it?
It's white.
Yeah. Mine's got a giant scratch through it because it went under the couch and hit one of those staples and went.
No.
The robot vacuums will all become our cyber overlords in a couple of years. No, my robot vacuum can't even get out of its freaking room some days. No way. It'll never be a cyber lord. You will never convince me of that, Akirasho. So,
yeah, there are certain spots when that thing gets, like behind the couch, you got to have that blocked off, or some bitch goes behind there and it'll grind itself to death.
Now, when you get a robot that can grab my vacuum in the garage and vacuum the house, now that scares the shit out of me. It'll go in the garage.
Your wife already has that.
Exactly.
I think she calls that robot Chris.
That's right.
And he's trained too. She'll say get, and he'll get.
But yeah, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree.
Yeah, well, neither one of us is, but you did make some progress on your big, beautiful build, beautiful barbecue build.
And buffet.
And buffet.
It's pretty much all done. It rained today. I mean, so it's getting soaked right now. I have no countertops. And the guys that came to measure my countertops yesterday forgot to measure that little tiny piece. And I'm like, do I have to be there for everything? Do I have to freaking I do.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to be there, or Steve might rip him a new one when
The
you're
guy
not.
was there for 2 hours. You know how long it takes to do a template for a friggin' a countertop? Now there was an old guy that did my downstairs kitchen. He brought in a bunch of paper strips and a glue gun. Bop, 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 bop. Done. Left with the glue strips or the strips and the glue gun. This guy came out with a laser. He came out with a computer, all kinds of shit. He was there for 2 hours. This is an outdoor kitchen. This isn't freaking rocket science here, guys. And then he forgets to do the little tiny freaking arm thing. So let's see. Just got my FAA to fly immediately under the runway approach.
Well, good for you.
It's nice. You got that little area there. I got nothing to film on that side of town where the runway approach is. Literally, the runway approach to my town is Arizona. So you have to fly into Arizona to the south to the northern part of Arizona and turn towards Utah. And then that's the approach. And there's nothing out there. It's the Arizona Strip. There's nothing there. Just freaking there's people smoking weed and trailers. That's all it's out there.
Well, and roofless airports.
All he used was a laser. This guy used a laser. I think he had a laser. Yeah. So basically, he went to the corners where the different points would be and went, yeah, probably. He just forgot. Mine just forgot. He just forgot that section. So I'm gonna send him a measurement, an actual measurement. But it's I'm gonna say it's yay big and yay wide.
The 23 and 1, 2, 3 little lines.
It's about this wide and about that long. I'm going to send him that with my hands doing this.
Yeah. Eons ago, I worked on RVs, right? And the shop that I worked for was a Winnebago dealer. And we had a bad countertop that we need to replace, or not a countertop, but a vanity top. And they sent us a new vanity top, and that some bitch wouldn't fit in there. And no, it was too small.
Yeah.
So we call them up, and the people at factory go like, "No way, that fits there." Well, we have an engineer in your area. We're going to send him by, and he can look at it. Bring it. Engineer shows up, looks at the hole, looks at the countertop, asks for a tape measure, and he starts measuring, and he goes like 23 inches and 1, 2, 3 little lines.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
3 little lines.
Now we know why the counter didn't fit.
Mm-hmm. 3 little lines.
Lee is inspecting streetlight fixtures on the highways at night.
That makes sense because you're too high to use anything but a drone, and then other than that, you'd have to bring in a guy with a friggin' a cherry picker, and that makes sense. What did we do without drones when we inspected streetlights? Tell me.
No, you want to hear the real kicker? Once he's done with doing that, they'll probably end up on my desk to figure out why those lights are there all of a sudden.
Right.
I'm not shitting you right now. That's part of my, because we get slowed down, they find me something else to do. And now I'm researching streetlights. and who
Oh,
they belong to and who's supposed to be paying the bill for it.
I think it's important. I mean, it's nice that they work. I've got a street light outside of my house here that hasn't worked in 18 years. And
Well,
nobody puts a freaking bulb in it. I'm literally ready to get a freaking ladder, climb out there, and I mean,
I know
18
who
years.
Doc is there, Lee. I deal with those guys regularly. Or I should say, was their paperwork regularly. But yeah, we had one the other day that somebody called in, the light was busted, and they sent Docia out there to fix it, and they replaced it. And now the paperwork was a mess, so they sent it to us to research. Turns out that light nobody paid for the past 5 years.
Oh wow.
Somebody's going to be unhappy when they get the back bill for that one.
Yep. There's no such thing as a free ride, man, when it comes to City Hall. I have my buddy that I grew up in high school with, his dad. This is the great dad story. They had a swimming pool in their backyard. So his dad thought, all right, I know where the gas line is. So he dug it up the gas line and put a freaking 1/4-inch freaking hole in it and tapped it and put a freaking line on it. He had free freaking gas to his swimming pool for probably 10 years. Now, what ended up happening is things, people start to do calculations like, wait a second, we have a gas leak somewhere. And they sent out a memo that they were going to come around and check for a gas leak. So his dad and him, my dad says, we got to get shovels. We got to shut this thing off. They dug it back out and turned it off. Talk about a great story. I love that. They had about 10 years of free freaking, they used to run their swimming pool all winter.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's a great.
Yeah. All.
Could you imagine what it would have cost them for 10 years of gas?
Oh, yeah.
It would be fun to dig it up just to find the freaking line and everything and all, and the in the freaking find the artifact. Is that still there?
All of the municipalities are switching the streetlights to LED.
Yeah, ours is an old it's the mercury vapor ones.
Yep.
And it's a round one. It's not the tall, because our neighborhood just had those just for this neighborhood. And only some of them work, and they never replaced the one by my house, which is okay because I like it dark. I like not having really bright streets all the time. I mean, it's nice. I don't mind it down the street, but it's by the mailbox, and that's the only time I want it on is when I go out and get my mail.
Well,
but for security, yeah, it'd be nice.
Way back when I was involved was a company that was trying to retrofit those mercury vapor lights, those barn lights, the dome barn lights, for LED. And I was supposed to design a heat sink that would hold the new LED inside the little barn dome thing. But you can create all the heat sink you want if you enclose it. No, over the top, there's nowhere for the heat to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a big old freaking transformer, right?
Mm-hmm. They got a big ass that little top part, the little top hat, has a big ass transformer in it, and then the photo cell on top. Yeah, those mercury vapor lights, those are power hogs.
My neighbors have an illegal hookup for gas, and they were upgrading the whole neighborhood. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, illegal hookups. It's usually electrical. People will, tap into the electrical on like a street lamp or something. And it's hard to get away with that because, you have to get under, usually there's an access plate, but, and it's hard to hide a wire in under, in that, 3-foot section. I thought about it. Just kidding. But,
So he he's spotting purple lights and then burnout ones. So do you know why those lights turn purple or blue?
don't know anything about
It's a
that.
manufacturing defect. There is there's something they're putting on the die to keep it from doing something, and over time that thing breaks down and makes the light appear blue or purple.
So it's made to, it's kind of like a failsafe that, hey, this is what
No, it's not
it's
a
a
fail.
literal, okay, it's a literal break.
It's a defect. But you know, there's underpasses that have lights in them and they're all in blue, and everybody's like, "Oh, that looks so nice." Like, and then the power company acts like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be that way." Yeah. Oh, and here comes 107. Barkley's in the house.
What's
What's up,
happening?
y'all?
What's happening? Well, um, what's the good word there, Kai?
Good words.
What's on the agenda?
We're fresh out of good words. You spent some money this week. Let's start with your expenses.
All right. It's not a, it's okay. Mine's a logical expense. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like,
There's always a way to justify anything.
yeah, of course I'm thinking here. I'm thinking about this is my Twitter post. So so I decide, I'm like on Amazon, I'm like, hey, this is a mini 4 for $4.99. So I'm like, and then it comes tomorrow. That was last night. That's how quick that one went down. I'm like,
Mini 4.
a mini 3, sorry. A mini 3. Sorry. Let's get that straight. The mini 3, just a standard mini 3. But for $4.99, I couldn't freaking pass it up with the freaking screen controller. And I'm like, that's like everybody's dream, when you go on to Amazon to buy a good drone with a screen controller, and
Yep.
not have it freaking be $1,000. I was just looking at the mini 5 price. That thing is almost $1,200.
Yeah.
This thing was $4.99. I think, obviously it's a get rid of it price, but I couldn't pass it up. I'm like, I've never done a review on a Mini 3. I did the Mini 3 Pro. I've never done a Mini 3 review, and I just got done reviewing a toy drone that absolutely made me want to puke in my mouth. And this came up and it just made me feel better. It's like I redeemed myself after flying that. And like I said, I'm excited. I got it all. I got 2 freaking plus batteries now. So I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, fly up damn near 40 minutes, and take amazing 4K video with a screen controller. And and I got rid of my flip. I don't have that one. That really, and this is going to fly better than the flip, to be quite honest. So
Anything flipping better.
anything, yeah. The flip is fun, but it doesn't fly like a regular prop bird. I mean, these things are smooth and they fly fast, and the flip was clunky. It did stabilize nice, but anyway, 1/1.3 per great camera. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. I don't have this. I don't have a mini at all, and it'll be a great travel companion. And I actually am going to New Zealand in the spring, and I'm taking that, and I've already got an app. You don't need to have a certification in New Zealand. You just have to follow the rules. And you can't fly anywhere pretty much, but I do have an app to tell me where I can fly. And one of the places I'm going to fly, I actually have permission because that's where the wedding is going down. So I can fly right off of this big, huge, beautiful property overlooking the ocean. So I'm excited. I'm bringing that. I'm not bringing anything that I can't break. And
or drown.
yeah, so I'm not taking the Air 3S. I'm taking the fun one. And light cameras, everything's going to be light. Light. Because my wife is going to try to stuff everything she can in the suitcase. There's no Amazon there, and there's no Costco there. There's nothing. And you can't ship anything there. It costs you a fortune. So you have to bring everything you need. So
It's an island.
yeah, so I'm excited. That'll be a fun trip, and I've got new family that's going to be there. I'm going to get to drive on the left side of the road. I'm going to video that too. I'm not going to edit any of it, so I'm going to drive on the left side and with all the mess ups and people honking at me. I've been watching videos, Kai. I'm watching videos. I'm watching YouTube videos.
I can picture it already. You get to the airport, you jump in a rental car, you start off driving, and you go like, "Some bitch, what do all these people do on my side of the road?"
I'm training for this right now, in the middle of training. So I'm like watching videos of people driving first person, and I'm like looking at the street signs and how to take a right, and because a right is a left there. Well, a right's still a right.
And it's upside down.
It's upside, exactly. So if anybody who wants a flip, Tony, you don't want to flip. No, you don't. You do not want to flip. I had a flip. It was fun. It does, guys, it does break down and it is compact. It gives you great video, but it flies spastically. It's a spastic flyer. Spastic means that nothing it does is just gentle. It's just like that. It's probably because of the prop guards. But everything is
flies like you drive.
It flies like me driving on the left side of the road in New Zealand. So, but yeah, so this is going to be my travel companion. I got it all ready to go. I got I don't want to use my phone to fly anything. It's got the whole, anyway, I did. I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, I've got time before my camera shows up. Camera doesn't show up until September something. It takes forever to get the ultra cameras don't start showing up for a while. So I've got time, and I'm going to go to my famous, awesome flying spot, my new flying spot, and I'm going to show you the type of video you can actually freaking get when the camera is not going like this. So, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. I discovered Deep Space come out with another frame, the 7-inch version of the dead cap frame. So that got ordered this morning. And it'll be actually my other 7-inch going to donate his guts to this one. So I'm going to upgrade this one. I'm probably actually going to get an 04 unit in there too. So, and on this one, the VTX is sitting in the front, right behind the camera.
Reminds me of the Flyfish. But the camera sticks out way further, which is very helpful. So you can put the big old props on there. You can have the 7-inch props. And then you're going to have the moonlight sticking out of that one?
Nope. I'm going to stick an 04 in there.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Really? You're going to put an 04? Oh, you got an extra one?
I'm pulling the one out, the Master 3X.
Okay.
Well, I'll pull the one out of the Speedy B frame.
That's
One
yeah.
oh two.
I've got an extra '04 if you count the Pavo 20. I still haven't the um beta FPV has not. I haven't heard anything about that one.
Well, what
So
I'll probably end up doing on that 5-inch Speedy B,
mhm.
it's real easy to fit it for the Moonlight
Yep.
because you just have these two little tabs on the front that you can print out. And I'll probably stick a Moonlight into that Master 5 V2 and then use the '04 in this one. So yeah, I'll be playing with that for a little bit.
Yeah, 7-inch. You see the 7-inch, you got choices. You can throw a camera on there. You don't have to, you can milk out your flight time for sure without putting a camera on it.
Well, what I like is they have the GPS up front right under that camera mount.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's as far away as possible from the VTX antennas. And then the actual VTX is sitting in the front right behind the camera.
I shoved it. They shoved it all in there.
And then, you got these long ass pigtails to kick the antennas out back.
Right.
So,
Instead of running the camera wire that distance.
yep. And since I was there already, I went ahead and picked up this one too, little 3-inch.
And that one you're going to put an '04 in, right?
That
No.
one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This one may just get a Avatar HD Pro in it because it's just going to be a little park flyer, just a little 3-incher. Yeah, I've got so many projects around here, but with all my recent purchases, whoops, because this showed up today. This is one Moonlight kit. And then on Friday, I got another Moonlight kit and a Pro kit showing up. So I've got some options.
Yeah, the Moonlight's a good looking. We were actually looking at a short that was done by one of the links you gave me, and we were watching him fly, a pilot fly through. Where is he from? You saying Czechoslovakia?
Yeah.
And he was flying through the forest. It was really nice. It was all Moonlight footage. It wasn't other camera, and it was really nice. I thought
He
it was
was
a really
basically what he did was run the same pass through a little wooded area on the different settings. Because
yeah. Now we got two different videos
the
there.
Avatar system has a lot more settings to choose from than the '04 does. You can choose frame rate, you can choose bit rate, you can choose resolution. There's a whole no, you can there's just more
Did
choices.
you check out? I didn't see Mads Tech talking about a scam on DJI on a DJI store website. Let's see, Mads Tech. Yeah, so basically talking about people disguising their website as a DJI store. I don't I yeah, that's
This happens quite frequently. So instead of having like DJI.com, they have like DG1 or
yeah,
DJL or something, which looks just like DJI, but you
right.
have to look twice. And then they completely cloned the DJI website onto their server, and you order anything, and they will take your credit card and run.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you gotta be very careful, buyer beware for sure.
Same thing happens with Amazon on a regular basis. You know, it happens to all the big guys, and that quite regular.
Yeah,
So
I get emails a lot. Everybody's throwing products, but sometimes I'll get a fake product, and usually you got to look at the URLs. So that's if you're not looking at those every time something comes through, especially if it says it's somebody, a big player, I always check the URLs. And then what I do a lot of times is I will not respond. I will send them a return email, but it basically says I need more information, or I ask them a really difficult question. And that time they usually disappear at that point when I don't jump on them, and they know right away I have caught on to it. But sometimes it's hard to tell. You gotta be patient. You can't click on their links, and they're
no,
always going to ask you for a sign in, we're going to send you a document and you need to go into that document and then send it back to us, kind of thing. And never ever, no.
whenever I get anything from Amazon saying you need to look at something or here's a special or whatever, I never click on the link in that email. Don't ever click on the link on one of those emails. Go to your account and just go from there.
Yeah, it's yeah, I have a burner account.
I don't all.
But yeah, it's just,
Not the burner account, that's the wife account.
yeah, I don't,
The one the wife knows about, the other one she didn't know about.
yeah, I don't,
Hobby Howie fixed his DJI-04 camera by gluing the sensor back on the camera with E7000, then refocusing it. Okay. Gets to do what he gets to do.
interesting. I just noticed the Femi Mini 3. That's not a bad drone. Let me just show you that really quick. I've got,
They're all going to get outlawed anyway. They're all Chinese drones.
yeah, they're all the same. This one's not bad. It's comparable, but they did something that was good. So let me just show you the good. Hold on here. I just got to share this really quick. And the Femi's, it's a good mid range. I think this price is a little bit high, maybe, but this is for $399. You get they basically added the new controller that Tenzik has basically been using, so it's a little bit it's got a little bit more punch for their transmission. So anyway, it's a much better controller. But anyway, the Femi just added that to their package. That just shows you how basically, you can literally just trade off a controller for a drone company. It's, literally the same damn thing. But Femi, this is not bad. It has a pretty decent camera. It's a 1/2-inch camera. It looks good. The colors aren't really good. They're not bad. They're, good. And then that controller is pretty good controller. So, but that's the Femi. But I would never, guys, I would not buy that over the one I showed you a second ago. So over the Mini
3.
Yeah, the Mini 3. I would buy this one first before I do that. I'd buy this thing. This is a Mini 3 but I don't need, but you can buy the other controller here. I just gotta switch this out here. But you can buy the other controller. Let's see here. Let's get this here. And why isn't it letting me just share that? Anyway, it's let's see. Yeah, here. This is just the controller version of the Mini 3. It's $379. But for $20 more, you might as well get the one with the screen. So anyway, yeah, that's that you're going to win with that. There's no question you got a W when you buy that. So it's and there's the $499 version. It's normally $549, so they it's $150 freaking value. But anyway, and then you get it the next day. So
150, huh?
Yeah.
$549 to
Oh,
$499.
$50. $50. I mean, so 50. I don't know. My math is terrible. I did
Good
tell
thing
you
you're a history
I'm a
teacher.
history teacher, right? Okay, right. So, but anyway, yeah, that I don't like the end that controller. I've got like 3 of them. You can't get rid of them. They're literally a dime a dozen right now. So I've got 3 of them just sitting in a closet I can't get rid of. But anyway, yeah, that to me is the best value on the market right now for that. And you know, there's you can get other things. There's no question about it. If you want a Mini 4, the Mini 4 price for the X1, what is it called? The
Sky Rover.
Sky Rover. Yeah, the Sky, it's good. So, yeah, but that's a Mini 4. It's a different thing.
The only thing with the Sky Rover is we can't get a controller with a screen on it.
Yeah,
and it will not pair to any other DJI RCs.
Yeah, I can't. I so hate and detest hooking my phone up to a drone. I am so over that. It just sucks. And it's annoying, and we don't have to do it anymore. So
that's why I need to find a Mini 3 Pro, because it'll talk to my RC Pro controller.
Yeah, I've looked for Mini 3 Pros. They're just really expensive. They're hard to find. Unless you have a friend.
We all have friends.
Yeah, I would like to have a Mini 3 Pro. I know what I expect, but I remember when I got the Mini 3 Pro and I paid the extra dollars for it. And then the Mini 3 came out. I'm like, I don't need these sensors. It was fun. Flying with it. I mean, it does have the front and the lower and the front facing sensor. So you do get a nice sensor field of view, and it does work really good. But just put it in cine mode and fly good. Don't.
So little question for the folks in the chat. Does anybody know of a decent lightweight 5-inch frame? I'm looking for a lightweight 5-inch frame.
How much you trying to spend?
Other than the AOS, because I already got. Yeah.
They make everything so beefy now.
Steven might be willing to sell his Mini 3 Pro.
Yeah, it's for what I would be willing to pay for it. You probably are not going to be happy. So,
yeah, let's not.
Yeah,
On the screen.
I am a huge bargain basement guy. I'm not going to pay too much. It's got to be brand new out of the box before I grab somebody else's problem. That's the problem, is I don't know whatever happens. Most drones are really in great shape. They don't get flown that much. But every time you hit a branch or a grass or get dirt, you land in close to dirt and it sucks into the motors. I know when I take it out of a box that's sealed in plastic, that all that stuff has not happened. So that's kind of my philosophy on if I'm going to buy used, you usually get not used. I'm trying to think of what I bought that's used that's been DJI. Nothing. Mini 4K was new. SE was new. 1 was new. 2 was new. So yeah, no, if you're interested in selling it, yeah, I throw it on Facebook Marketplace.
The used DJI market has cooled off considerably. And this is to Tony that I suggested. It's just there's no 45 mounting for a. Well, let me finish on the specs for the 5-inch. I'd rather it be a dead cat and I'd rather it have mounting for an all-in-one. And I mean the diamond shape. I hate like on this one. Well,
where you can't get to the USB-C port.
Like on this one right here, you have to mount the AOI in it, but you got to mount it square, and then you've got issues with getting to the power and the USB-C port and all that crap. And I'm just not too excited about that. So I'm actually going to stick a regular stack in here, 20 by 20 stack in here. Maybe if I decide to build this. I don't know if I'm going to build it yet or not. But anyway, so lightweight dead kit. Only thing I had to watch with my Mini 3 Pro was hornet guts after they swarmed it.
Oh, yeah, they can. Yeah, no, it's yeah.
Is that how they make honey?
The Mini 3 Pros are very pricey. They have a good resale, and I just the difference between sensors and no sensors, and I don't like when DJI does that, when they take a model and they break it into pieces like that, where it's the same thing, but just one has something that you have to question whether you need or not, and it's too much thinking. I don't want to think like that. Yeah, I don't. As far as like frames, I mean, do you want how beefy do you want your arms to be? That's the thing. That's the big one.
I want to. It doesn't have to be beefy. I want some lightweight because I've got this Gap RC Taker 45, so it's a 45 amp all-in-one flight controller.
Well, if a lightweight is what you need, we've got this lightweight right here. Does this cover you right here?
How come that thing looks familiar? Wait, where have I seen that one before?
Oh my God! I got a GPS there. At least we could pull that out of there. I got a receiver. I didn't know I had that. Oh, I know, Kai. It's sad. Kai's looking at his work, going, "Oh my Lord, what did he do?" We couldn't get the camera to not bump around. Yeah, that was the only thing. The front end, it just needs a face. So
no, it needs a whole VTX now.
Yes, we need it. We need a VTX, and we need a camera mount that doesn't freaking move all over hell. Maybe we throw an 04 light in here, huh? Nah. Talk about bees buzzing. But this thing will fly for days.
Well, I've got the newer version of that already on the shelf here.
But 5-inch lightweight.
Yeah. Already have it.
Yeah, that's got the two. You got the bi-blades. Yeah, that's
this one. I'm trying to work out how to mount the 04 light in without getting too much weird vibration and jello. So I just reprinted a new set of gummies for this thing because the silicone mount that came with it is just too soft. And I got that Axis camera mount. So I actually ordered that Flywoo wide angle adapter for that, so I can mount that in there. See what that does. Tony says I fly top-end cheap drones because all my footage is low and close to concrete objects. I'm a history guy who uses drone footage to be different.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a top end. I kind of know where he's going. I know what he would be flying. I just my problem with all of that when I've gotten into that is that I have really bad control function with the with one's system in it. Do you guys recall that 7-part series on looking for a certain drone from a certain company? That is a top end camera drone that just took off on me. Just see ya.
I mean, I think he's onto something. Get the toy class drones, even the higher end, so you
Yeah.
get a nice freaking toilet bowling as you crash into the Alamo. I mean, that would be. I mean, that's a special effect you can't get with anything else.
And there's, like I said, is if a company like Potenzic or Ruco or Holy Stone can
And as much
harness
crap as you got in the picture, it almost looks like, all surreal as it, I get your angle there, Tony. I think you might be on to something there.
There's some interesting birds that I've not flown that I mean I've got some decent, like I said, some decent flights, but it's so hard for me to go there when I know I can just spend $4.99, which I just did, and get amazing footage for $4.99 and no phone. I just
Okay, how do you get the stingers out in the parade, Barkley? You're gonna have to share your secret. Okay. Parade hornets. I mean, there's still stingers involved there, so we need to figure out how you get those out of the mix. Do you have like special reinforced props on your quad or what? Was anyone at Minefield this weekend? Barkley, were you at Minefield?
carefully.
I know you were at Minefield. I'm fairly certain you were. And I know Joe was there, and I know I saw some pictures of Rodney taking naps, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
yeah, I think I saw your better half and Jenna and the pictures, but Barkley must have been taking all the pictures because I didn't see him. One of these years, I'm gonna make it up there. It's on the list of things to do. Well, we got a long weekend coming up, don't we?
Yeah. So I'm going back to the cheap 8K. I think of Ken Heron when I think of this. I haven't seen Ken Heron's show in forever.
That's it, right then there.
But here's an interesting bird for you. Are you talking something like this? Yeah, high end inexpensive. There's the Venix V11 Pro right there.
8K.
8K Venix.
Out of a half-inch CMOS sensor.
It's got a 3-axis gimbal, which it does. I believe that gimbal works pretty good, but half inch. I showed you the FEMI Mini 3. I've flown that, so I know what that looks like. That camera looks like probably the same camera. Who knows? But
so knowing how these guys advertise, it's 8K pictures, but what is the video?
Yeah, the video, you never know. Depends on how it depends on how they Yeah, and you know what you really have to know? You just look at the app. Once you look at the app, you can tell, that it's a generic app. And what I flew this weekend had the same app, same function, probably the same flight controller. If you really want to know, why don't they tell me what kind of flight controller they're using? And
Okay, now scroll down and let's see what kind of what camera quality we're getting out of that.
all right, let's see here. 3-axis gimbal camera, EIS anti-shake system, half-inch CMOS sensor with. So that's what they're saying.
Ha, up
4K
there.
30, 4K 30, right here. 8K and 4K 30.
Yeah, 8K images, 4K 30 video.
And 5X to 0. Yeah. That thing is, let's see, 2 batteries. That's almost $500. So $499, you can get this. Okay, just what I paid for the Mini 3. And
that's a battery.
Oh, and you also got that little that's some Ruco right there, but that's the Venix Ruco, whatever. But there's your
Everybody and their uncle has the same freaking module. They just get the name stenciled on top of it.
Yeah, I have one of those sitting in my thing over there in my box over there. Same controller, same
model on your thing.
In my box back there. Yeah, my thing. 40-minute batteries.
Well, that's just like the Holy Stone you just flipped that you love so much.
Oh my God! I
poke the bear here a little bit.
You can poke the bear all you want. I do everything I can to just. I didn't know you don't know what you can do. How I can milk out a 20-minute video for that, and you can watch it go like this for 20 minutes. I'm flying it. You just want me to fly it? I'm going to fly it. It does fly okay. I mean, they've learned, guys. These companies have learned to make stable flight. So we've got that. It's only taken 8 years for that to happen.
Yep, Jim's here. Watch out!
All right, that's enough of that. We can't be looking at Venix.
We can.
Sounds like the F11 Pro to me, which is still never been. It's still not been found.
The F11 Pro 2.
6K.
I just.
Ruco sent me a free F11 Pro 2 that I refused to open. Tony, I feel your pain, dude. I made the mistake. I literally I got to sit on that for I'd say 3 months. And I got an email finally, "Oh, it's okay. It's time to release that." And I'm like, "No, you don't want to release this. You don't want to do it."
That's just like that.
Yeah.
That's just like the Kai. Remember that drone that came out that was called the Kai?
Yes.
And I was actually dumb enough to buy that thing. Well, I ended up getting it for free because I made a stink with them, and then they refunded me my money, and I ended up keeping the damn thing. I flew it once. That thing toilet bowled all over the place, ran into a freaking flagpole, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, that's kind of how. By the way, if I could go, I should. What I need to do is dig up my Autel video, flying that freaking Autel thing. It damn near killed me the first time I flew it, and that's Autel.
Well, the Kai ended up donating to Goodwill. And I was really torn about this. Should I donate this to Goodwill or not? Or should I donate to Goodwill to tell them to part the blessed thing out? But I don't know what Goodwill did with it. They're probably thinking, "Oh, we just scored the mother load." But
Yeah, it's
to come back to your ultra camera, okay? And this is something that we really need to do now. And you're gonna hate me for it, but I've been doing a little researching. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Hold on. Yeah, do a little fancy footwork here now. Okay. Do that. All right. And the worst. Because so now that we have the ultra out, I'm looking at, why is there sound here? I don't want any sound here. Where is it? Why don't they have the specs for the freaking ultra on a single sheet somewhere? What's up with that?
the ultra. Let's see, I have an Atom and Atom 2, but I don't use any features. Yeah, I don't like the Atom 2 flew good. It's got a decent camera and stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely a victory for those guys to have something that really I can't complain about. It's just I don't like the preset, the pre setup with them. I don't like all of that crap you got to do to get it in the air. I like the simplicity. Grab your controller, grab the drone, freaking turn them both on, make sure you got satellites, and throw it in the air. Literally, you can just start with the DJI drone. You can just toss it in the air, and the thing will freaking be flying. I mean, shit.
Okay, so you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. I didn't even tell you before the hint, but here it is. Why can't I? Oh, hold on. We got to do this different. Stop that. And now we got to go. I just got to share the whole screen. There we go. There. Now. All right. Here we go. So here is the DJI Action 2. This guy on the left side, and the Ultra Go Ultra on the right hand side. And I've actually been, and I'm going to make us go away here for a bit.
You're pixel peeping. Kai is pixel peeping.
I'm kind of looking at specs a little bit. Okay, so the Ultra has an aperture of 2.85 versus 2.8 on the DJI. Field of view 155 degrees versus what do we have on? Of course, I wouldn't put both of them at the same level, but I believe that one was 150 degrees. Let's see, 156 on the Ultra versus 155, so they're about the same. 56 grams for the DJI, 53 grams for the Ultra. So I guess a little half a leg up for the Ultra.
Yeah, it's slight.
Okay. Photo resolution 50 megapixel or 8K the DJI can't keep up with that because the DJI is 12 gigabyte. No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the DJI has 12 megabyte pictures. Sensor size 1/1.7 versus 1/1.28. So the Action Star has slightly larger sensor, right? Yeah. Because if that number is lower, that makes it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's still photography,
Yes.
single 12 megapixel.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger sensor. Yep.
Slightly bigger sensor. And then on the video, we get the 4K and 16:9 up to 120 frames per second. And on the Ultra, it's 4K 60 frames per second.
60, yep.
So we got a bit of a half a leg up on that.
So you can get slow-mo with the DJI, and that's
you can do a bit more slow-mo work on the DJI.
Yep. You only need small clips for slow-mo. That's actually that's something that DJI is. It's hot. Your drone sensor is going to heat up quickly.
Yeah. Well, if you go on down to 1080, then you can do up to 240 on both of them. So, but yeah, it's the specs on both of these cameras are so eerily similar that I'm really waiting for somebody to come out with a side-by-side comparison video.
Right. To see the video. The chips are going to be different. We don't know. Is there a chip? The chip, the image sense, the chip that it uses, and
yeah.
I've talked to people, and I think I've had conversations with you about that a lot of what they do and DJI does is with software. I think it gets down to is Insta360 or DJI the masters of taking an image from a similar sensor and making it look really good. And that's about software. It's about color grading right out of the box, using the whatever chip they use, which is the quad bear and I don't know if the DJI sensor is a stacked sensor. It probably is. How many pixels is the image?
On what?
48?
On what? On the Ultra?
Either one. What's the max pixel rate?
It's on photo resolution.
Yeah.
It's up to 50 on the Ultra, and it's up to 12 on the DJI.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you
Frankly,
want me.
I don't know that I care about that much because I don't ever really take pictures with either one, or I wouldn't be taking pictures.
There's a couple of different things I'd like to do. For example, just put it side by side with the Action 5. I mean, that's comparing apples to, freaking pears. I don't care. But I like to take, okay, this is the camera that usually I use for this purpose. This is about the same size camera. Look at the color science right out of the box. I like those where I can just look to see which color science. I tend to gravitate towards the DJI. I was this close yesterday, instead of buying the drone, to buying the 360 camera. I almost pulled the trigger on the 360 camera just so I could, because there's some on Amazon. I could buy it off of Amazon, and I didn't do it. I really like the X5's footage in ProRes, but I almost did.
And they're about the same on weight. I mean,
So
3 grams apart on weight.
So what's the weight? I mean, really, if it's just a couple of grams, who cares?
Yeah, no, it's 52.9 versus 50,
Yeah, same. I don't even care.
58,
Yeah,
56. So 3.1 gram difference. Nobody cares about that.
yeah,
So, I mean, and that's why I'm saying, I mean, I'm looking at this side by side and I'm like, these things are so freaking similar.
yeah,
Yeah, it'd really be worth seeing a side by side comparison,
yeah,
where both cameras are mounted on the same rail, so to speak,
yeah,
taken at the same time, same light.
yeah. I'm not saying I'm not interested in trying that either, Kai. I'm potentially thinking about that. I mean, even if I have to borrow yours, I mean, I would,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not against buying one either because it's not a bad camera to own. I mean, for $180, you can get one right now. I mean,
Well,
they're not.
I've got the 128 version here. So
Yeah, I don't think I had the 128, Kai. I think I had the 32.
we all had the 32s, and then
Yeah.
eventually I sold my 32 and bought the 128.
Yeah, I know I didn't have the high end one because I bought mine right when they were released, and then I had
Yep.
to. Yeah, I had I had some problems with it, and then they sold that cover for it that dissipated some
Yep.
of the heat, and I'm trying to
Even
find.
with the magnetic cover on it, that thing is still under, it's what, 72 grams? What's the magnetic cover on it?
Yeah,
So, I mean, the weight is fairly minor. And if you got it mounted on the quad anyway, you've got more to worry about because then you got the holder and all that shit
yeah,
that's going to play into it. But
yeah. Tony was he's coming. He does Civil War cemeteries. Yeah, that's a good place to get some just amazing, like, historical stuff. I mean, I did Civil War battlefield at I did Vicksburg this summer. Um, so I've got Vicksburg footage.
just
Yeah.
be careful that you not in some sort of state or national park.
No, I didn't fly in Vicksburg. I did 360 camera there.
Yeah.
I had my 360 camera with me. I did high stick 360. And then we were at another cemetery, but like I said, I didn't fly a drone in either of those places. I didn't bring it. I just didn't even I got off the river though. I was off the river, Mississippi, flying over to Vicksburg. You can do that. Um, if I'm on the Mississippi and I fly to Vicksburg, they can't do a damn thing about it. Even flying over the cemetery, they can't do shit because
Well,
I'm flying from.
there is this thing going right now with Tennessee State Fair.
Yeah, there's definitely issues with people, but I didn't push it.
And apparently, some people decide they need to fly over to Tennessee State Fair, which
Always somebody's always going to do something.
and their sheriff's department and Lebanon or whatever town that is
Yeah,
put out a statement that fair is a no-fly zone, but they kind of screwed up too with that. They did not apply for TFR with the FAA over the grounds.
yeah, and that
That
would have
is
taken care
something
of
they
it.
should have done right from the get-go.
Yeah,
Any
that's not
any of
enough.
these large events, they just need to say, okay, FAA, what do we need to do? We want flight restriction on that. It's not that difficult to get. And that would have killed off a lot of arguments because there's so many freaking smartasses. Well, you can be out in the parking lot and take out from the parking lot. No,
If there's a restriction set up there, you can't do any of that crap. National parks are different. They had a Supreme Court ruling about that. You
Yeah, but
can.
that was about the fees, right?
And that's no, it's about filming. That if you're filming, it doesn't interfere with other people. You can literally take off from a park now. But they can, they can say what they want to say. As long as it's just like a camera. They basically said that there's no difference between you holding an iPhone and you holding a drone controller. That you're still taking film footage, and even with commercial, you can't have a film cruise. Just that I don't know if you remember that. You just can't have a crew with you, and you can't interfere with other people's experience. So if one person complains and says, "You're interfering with my experience," that would be grounds to saying, "Hey, you need to." But yeah, that came out a while ago. That was a nice groundbreaking thing. You can fly
Well,
in,
there were a couple of things in the works too,
and then
because
the BVLOS thing, the beyond line of sight. So if you can
oh,
fly in,
let's not open up that freaking can of worms
yeah,
right
no, I
there.
don't want to go there either. So,
Let's just not.
but anyway, to me, I just stay out of trouble. That's
Yeah.
always been my modus operandi, and it's worked for me.
Well, bam. You haven't got your taco call yet. No tacos tonight?
I've got to go get dinner. So I'm probably gonna go and pick it up. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
Thai
my,
food tonight?
it sounds like a good idea. I don't have very good, like, I'm not very creative. I just go and get yeah, Thai food is always a winner. Um, Same thing with, I got Hawaiian food. It's chicken and rice. I could do that. I'm still on my diet. I've done a great job. Part of my diet was not expected, but I'm 25 pounds, man. That's a
Well, I
lot
mean,
of,
just you want to see your weight go down? Just go down the stairs. 12-step program.
I don't know. I got more than 12 steps.
Better for you.
Yeah, I got a few more steps in my program. But yeah, I've got footage from my trip that I've never taken out of the freaking camera yet. So it might never come out. I did test a pretty good dash cam though. So it's not bad. Good, decent company. But yeah, so as far as FPV, I have not lost sight of the freaking prize there. I'm still going to, I will get there eventually. It's just, I got distracted.
Well, I mean,
I still got a war chest that I could pull the trigger on.
I'm there are some things happening with CADX and their ascent system too,
Yeah,
which will be a box goggle.
yeah,
Where there's already been leaks on those box goggles. I've already seen footage out of that system leaked,
yeah.
a little 14-second clip or whatever. Not really that it allows you much of a judgment on that system, but and
Now the box goggles from, is it HD Zeros? No,
yeah,
yeah, they're the ones that have the high end box goggle right now.
yeah, that would be a good foot in the door for HD0. It still allow you to fly analog too, because it has a built-in analog receiver, and it has HDMI in to where you could hook up a VTX walk snail or
Hey,
the
fly zone.
new open IPC um, VTX and VRXs. There's two of them now. Emacs has one and Runlink has one.
Yeah, to me, flying season's showing up. I got Christmas. I got that whole freaking beautiful time period of flying outside. And Open IPC is still on my wish list of testing, and I almost need to start. I need
Hey,
to.
Mike.
I'm afraid to buy a unit and then have them give me it, come out with something a little better. I'm always that person. As long as I can connect it up, and there are many goggles that now have built-in Wi-Fi, so that's that's kind of
Yeah, but
simplifying.
I
And
mean, in all my years of flying FPV, there's only been like 2, maybe 3 occasions where I actually hook up a tablet to the goggles to have people ride along as I'm flying. But
right
it's rare. It's a nice capacity to have, but it's in my experience been pretty rare.
now, did you own the original walk snail goggles, the first generation?
Yep.
Okay. So I've got 2 examples of something that you've had, and I've seen the footage from both, and both of them are pretty good. So I think the goggles X are good, and I think the price is not bad. Um, and they stayed relevant. So right now, and then I saw that footage this weekend of that Czech guy flying through the forest, going, I really think that's good. So I'm
No, he was flying on the goggles X, but right now the goggles X and the V1 goggles for Cat and Cat X or for Walks now, they're one and the same thing.
right, with the exception of the HDMI out.
With the exception of the HDMI connections, it HDMI in.
Okay.
The other one, the older one has an out, but it's a USB-C out, and you need to have a USB-C to HDMI cable to
Right.
get
You'd
it
have
out.
to convert.
Okay. Um, there's a
Yeah.
little bit of difference on the screen, but it's really not much.
I'm
If you can get, I mean, you can get those goggles used at the $200 to $250 price point these days.
yeah, and you keep sending me leads. It's like, here's another pair, and they're all there. I mean, it's just like I get stuck in the dad random mode where I've got to fly something that most people have. But that to me is
I
an
mean,
extra.
the 4K footage is recorded on the VTX, not in the goggle, right?
Yeah.
On the goggles, all you need is a good picture that you can fly with.
Yep, I got a package sitting down there. I wonder what that is.
It's Holy Stone sending you another what?
No.
Oh
My
no, that's
dog's
Roku. Roku.
I'm looking at the box right now.
That
Look,
could
it's
be
right in the middle.
could be a Roku.
Hello, there's the box. That's my wife. She'll
Oh
hate
yeah,
that.
she's gonna be happy.
I'm in trouble now.
You're dead.
Do not say anything.
You're dead.
No, she'll never watch this replay. What are the
You
odds?
think
If you guys don't,
she'll go to school tomorrow. She'll go to work tomorrow,
hey,
and one of her
I
friends
saw
is
you
gonna
on.
be there. We saw you on the stream last night.
Oh boy.
May you rest in peace.
But no, I think I think I'm still on track. I think everything's good. I had a bunch of 04 air units. Damn. Well, I still have 2 that I got one that's I can access if I need it. So I can still go goggles 3, N3s as well. So I'm good. I can still do DJI if I need to. They're going nowhere. I didn't know that you can use the RC to actually fly the Avata too. You actually can do that. It shows up on your screen, so I didn't know you couldn't do that. But yeah, the original RC actually will allow you to fly the Avata too. So that's another interesting. But anyway, I probably better get going and get some food.
Yeah, to
I am
appease
hungry. I didn't.
to appease the lady.
Well, I
So
got to go find out which month.
your death may be swift and painless
Yeah.
when she finds out about you broadcasting her.
Tony says, I've got a brand new Aruco F11 Pro 2 if you want to fly it for the N3 goggles. Do you want to freaking do you want to scratch on the freaking chalkboard some more? There's now the F11 Pro 2 will fly decent. I hate that when I gotta make up for some drone that sucks. Oh, but it does work. I mean, you can do those flights and it's got 8K video.
I mean, Tony already bought the N3 goggles, so why would he need a second pair now?
You know how you can improve the F11? The F11. Wait till I get my ultra camera and then get some tape and tape it down there where the gimbal is, and just get it the right angle.
You just need well,
you can hang it from the bottom.
You know, any hammer will fix the Roku.
Oh, it's hard to not say that. That's why I am going to there will be a campaign of truth coming. So, and the truth is the Mini 3 box that's behind me. The campaign of truth is oops, that thing right there, there's that box right there, which has the truth in it. That is the truth. You see what's behind it? There's a Ruco behind it. Behind the truth. Not Holy Stone, though.
The Ruco is behind the truth.
Actually that Ruco back there, I would buy that any day before I'd buy that thing that I just flew. That thing, that Ruco, that's the mini 3-axis 4K. This thing right here. That's got a 3-axis gimbal and 4K. And it does stabilize it, and the footage is palatable.
All right, fellas. I think it's time.
We gotta. I think next stream we just stay out of this. I promise we won't bring in any GPS issues unless it's GPS attached to something like as beautiful as the Kai 2. I think someday the Kai 2 will fly again. It's got a GPS. It just needs
all you got to do is put the original camera plates back on it and get an old Vista.
I don't have them, Kai. I don't know where they are. I need to
get a hold of Nick at CNC Drones. I'm sure they can cut you new set of plates, camera plates.
Wide plate there.
You have them.
Somewhere.
I guarantee you have
somewhere
in the box that all that shit came in and got sent back to you. I've
got a box with tons of shit in it. That's true.
Yeah. So stick a Vista back into it, get some Integra goggles, and just be happy.
Yeah,
I just got a Vista unit.
This thing weighs nothing with a battery in it. No, I'm gonna fly walk snail with this thing. We're gonna fly a Vista, original Vista. That's a good idea. Here. That's the old school Vista right there. Look at that. Oh, except you got what camera you got on that thing?
That's the Polar camera. This one is going away. I'm going to put Nebula Pro on there.
Yeah.
But I had to solder new wires on it so I could get power into it so I can update it and get the WTFOS off of here.
Yeah.
But no.
I got it. Yeah, I could throw a DJI on that thing and solve all my problems.
that Vista might go into this thing. If I find a cheap stack somewhere, yeah. Yeah, sorry, but
Yeah, my big problem was getting, we was getting to the VTX because, like I said, we've got the diagonal mount, but you lose one or gain the other depending on which way you got it turned. I could put the 04 in here from the Pavo 20. Bring it back to life really, and then I'd have to get the mount for the dual rear antennas. That one be easy to find a dual antenna mount. We could go 04. All right.
yeah, damn, these freaking all-in-ones are expensive.
Hey, maybe that's hey, you know what? Maybe that's my my Beta FPV drone down there. I haven't heard from those guys in forever. I should go look. Here, let me go look. Are we gonna go off or not?
No, we're gonna go. Well, it's time.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to go all the way down. Come
We're,
all the way
we're
back.
already half an hour over.
And ruin that Femto, the Pavo Femto. I'm actually really excited to fly the Pavo Femto with the N3s. Hell yeah.
Right. Yep. You go fly the Femtos. Mikey, good to see you. Anyway, y'all take care. Any more words of wisdom about peanut
Nope,
gallery?
hit the thumb, guys. We need some thumb action.
Yeah, please hit the thumb.
And that would be helpful.
Let's get them thumb action there. All right.
All righty, man. Hey, you guys have a good one. I have a great week. It's a good start so far. If anybody wants a Mini 3 Pro, we've got one that somebody wants to unleash, and we also got an F11. So
yeah,
for anybody that likes hammers on their hands.
All right.
I'm taking it out of the box. It'll probably fly fine. All right. Okay. If it crashes, let us know. I want to see the video. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Later.
We'll see you all later.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, Chris. Bye.